All right, so this is the Onshape homepage. Yours might be slightly different than mine, and that's simply because I just have, you know, more documents or like different types of documents, and then like just different stuff. Like I have admin permission, so I might have different sections compared to you, but the functionality between our screens and yours should be the same. Well, they will be the same, right? Um, so if you're not in the Fed's classroom, tell me, because that's a little problem. Everyone should be in um, the Fed's classroom, but yeah. So these are sections in Onshape, and as you can tell, everything that's connected to the Fed's classroom is in the Fed's section. So these are accessed by everyone in the Fed's classroom. And this is the owned by me section. So everything in here, like all the documents, assemblies, anything, blah, 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 anything you import, can only be accessed by you. And then you have a few other tabs here that don't really matter. But yeah, basically you're going to be just messing around with these two tabs. Feds, we have all of these parts and stuff, which I'm just going to quickly show you guys real quick. Like our structure and stuff. So this is, if you can't tell already, that these are the years that that we have for each season. So 2022 to 2023, I have our 2023 robot CAD in here, right? So this is going to be the only CAD file in the entire Feds 201 classroom that's going to be in a different. Well, it's gonna have a little weird part setup, like for the assembly and stuff, and that's simply because this was imported from Autodesk Inventor, because we didn't switch to Onshape until the 2024 season, which was Crescendo, right? So we didn't actually switch until then. So this is going to be the only robot file that has this weird setup. So don't worry about that. Yeah, so these are the years of our robots. So most recently we did the 2024 one. So when we set up our robot folders, we always have the main document. There's only one document, and that'll be the robot, just so it's easy to access. And then all the parts and stuff that go into this are in separate folders. So assemblies, intakes, like you can see the separate stuff that we have in separate folders, which are then put into the robot. Like shooter concept, right? So these all go into here. So that's something to keep in consideration here. 2025 Reefscape, I did not make that setup yet. That's just because we didn't get the game announced yet, but I will once we get there. But yeah, that's kind of how we set things up. And then miscellaneous is where we have like random part makings and stuff. I kind of need to clean this up. Kind of a bad habit of mine to just leave stuff here, and also all of you guys too. So you know, good to learn CAD etiquette, I guess. So we have, you don't really need to worry about any of these. You can check it out on your own time. This is where we like, well, I guess it's in the name, where we just steal CAD from other teams. So I guess Lewis also stole stuff from other teams. Good, always good to see that. Yep. So most importantly from these folders is the part library, and this is where we have our own parts, right? So if you will notice, and I'll talk about it later on, that the 2x1s on MKCAD, which is the app that we use to import FRC parts, is different than this one, and that's because MKCAD is wrong, and this is actually the right 2x1. So the one in MKCAD's wrong, so we had to make our own parts. So that's similar. That's a similar story for a lot of these, or simply because it just wasn't in MKCAD. So like this servo was not in MKCAD, or like these models were not in MKCAD either. So we kind of had to import them, and we have our own custom spacers. And Michael, he even made drawings for them too, which is pretty cool. So if there's a part that you don't see in MKCAD, or this is the only part that's just wrong in MKCAD, the 2x1s and 1x1s. But other than that, if you don't see a part in MKCAD that you need to put on the model, most likely it is in the part library. This center block over here is very important. We use this center block for the start of all of our robot assemblies, and I'll go into that in depth in a bit when I get to my assembly stuff. But yeah, so this is the setup for the feds like stuff. For documents here, we should really not have anything. So I need to actually clean that up. So yeah, I think that's it for navigation. So I'm just gonna real quick, in case you don't have MKCAD, I'm just gonna have you guys install it. So if you go to the App Store, you can just search up MKCAD right here. Oh, press enter. Oh, jeez. Yeah, press enter, and then right here, you'll have something called subscribe, or is it add? It's either add or subscribe, and then you just click it, and then it'll be added to your account, and you'll have MKCAD, and you'll see it in your assembly or part studio place on the right side for MKCAD. But yeah, that's how you install MKCAD. And then finally, I just want to make sure you guys have the same units and stuff as me. So my mouse controls are going to be different than yours. You guys will have Onshape, which is slightly different than AutoCAD. I just have AutoCAD on because I'm more used to it, because we switched from Inventor to Onshape, and I just did not like Onshape's controls. It sucked. So I'm on AutoCAD, but the functionality is still the same. It's just in different, controls. So yeah, and then these are my units. We always use inches no matter what. Everything else you do not, and angles is in degrees. I would love to use radians, but mechanical needs degrees. Everything else I would leave in except mass, keep that in pounds. Everything else would be in metric, but we don't really need to worry about these because these are for Onshape simulations, and we don't really do them because we have Altair for that, which is a lot more powerful. But yeah, I'll make like tutorials about that later. But yeah, that's pretty much it for Onshape. Oh wait, one more thing. You do have a public area where you can just go and import random documents, whatever you want, and mess around with it. There's just a bunch of random stuff from a bunch of random people. This seems to be the most, oh yeah, because it's from Onshape training. That's like the most used one, this, whatever. But yeah, you can mess around with these public files too and like learn Onshape through that. It's pretty handy. I've never actually used any of them, but if you want to go ahead and try them out, you can if you want to. So that's pretty much it for UI and stuff, and I guess I'll just move on with the next topic. See ya.